Draglympics. I mean, seriously, it was a lot to take in. Oh, hey! Hi, it's me, Wilma Fingerdoo, with the Fingerdoo review of RuPaul's Drag Race, Season 11, Episode 6. And all I have to say is, Jorge, drink me! Ooh, look at this fabulous little martini-like cocktail. Ooh, it's frothy. What's it called? Ooh, all right. So this is the Great Golden Dream. It's super delicious. It's kind of like a dirty creamsicle is all I'm saying. What we've done is I got Galliano, some orange liqueur, some Irish cream. I used a special kind. Tune in to my Patreon page for this week's drink tutorial and find out what fabulous cocktail Irish cream I used. And then some fresh orange juice, and it's shooby. I've written a whole recipe down there below so you can mix along at home. But if you want to see the tutorial, support me on Patreon is all I'm saying. Okay, let me see if this is even worth supporting you. Oh, I'm having a great golden dream right now, I'll tell you what. That's the dirtiest little creamsicle I've ever... Oh, wait, I have a show to do. All right, okay, so we started the episode off by saying goodbye to Ariel, God bless. And that poor Shug. Gee, she pulled herself through the ringer backwards, eh? She's really doubting herself, and so she should. This is the kick in the padded ass I think that Shug needed, because I have to say, out of the hopper, I quite liked Shug, but she has just been hovering in that safe zone that's right next to the sachet off-ramp. You know what I'm saying? She needs to... I'm glad that this kind of got her going, seriously. Talking misunderstood the judges again, thinking that she was in the bottom for being too beautiful. I'm so serious. Cue the reactions. Seriously. I was super surprised that Evie jumped in and reiterated what Ruth said about being safe. Said no one on season 11 ever. Jesus. I almost set my watch to it. Cue Evie's truth talk. Oh, such a pill. And Evie didn't just shine her light of truth on Talkie. Miss Vanjie got locked into Evie's truth glare. And can I just say, thank God she did. Seriously, I have not been very impressed with Vanjie. I love her. Do not get me wrong. I want her to be there forever. I think she should just be on the show every season, regardless of what's going on. But she's boring me, and her looks are kind of just sitting there for me. And I think she really needs to step it up. I mean, I think she did some good looks for the Halloween ball, but still, nothing gagged me. And seriously, Miss Vanjie is gag-worthy, I think. I think she has it in her. She just has to whip it out and gag us. This doesn't sound right when I say it like that. What I don't understand is why Evie is surprised that anyone reacts negatively to her truth talks in the first place. I'm so serious. I mean, why is she even telling these girls what's wrong with them? I would think as a contender in the contest that you would not want to point out people's missteps, so they keep doing them. So you have a leg up. I'm just saying. Seriously, I think that she's getting into their heads. Maybe she's just getting into her head. Maybe Evie isn't just some misunderstood concept queen. Maybe she's an evil drag genius. The next day in the workroom, Ru showed up with this week's mini challenge, calisthenics, which I'm assuming is just gay calisthenics. So off to quick drag the girls went for what I was assuming was going to be a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, because that's how it is when I work out, I'm just saying. So once the girls were ready, Ru introduced them to his own personal trainer, Love Connie. I was stunned. I just didn't even know where to look. I'm just saying there was a lot to take in. And I have to say, I'd never heard of Love Connie before in my life, but now that I have, sweet Marie, she's a hoot and a half. Look her up on YouTube. She's so much fun. Seriously. So, the queens had to work out with Love Connie, or as she put it, put hair on their tits, which made me realize I'm a lot more fit than I thought, I'm just saying. Then, whoever had the best moves was gonna win. Now, I just have to say, right off the bat, poor Scarlett. She is not the best dancer, but she did have the best Wilma impersonation, I'm just saying. Evie, or as Love Connie called her, Bluebird, showed off her crazy flexibility, which I'm completely convinced that Talkie just passed off as showing off. Seriously. Brooklyn outkicked Love Connie, much to her chagrin. Sorry about it. Plastique death dropped the house down, which made Connie very happy that she doesn't tuck. That's her tucked? Evie. Not to be outdone, Miss Vanjie threw herself on the ground as well. But what she actually was doing when she got down there, I still don't understand. Just saying. Raja did the splits, but like most of what she's done on RuPaul's Drag Race this season, it lacked oomph. Tell me I'm wrong. Now, I'm still not quite sure what Talkie was trying to do, but I'm convinced that that right titty of hers was working on a solo. I'm so serious. That was until Talkie threw herself on the ground, because standing's hard. Love Connie got tough on Akiria by smacking that ass while she was down there on all fours. So Akiria returned the favor by slapping Connie in the face. I'm so serious. And when the swelling in Connie's face went down, it was announced that the winners of the mini challenge were Plastique Tiara and Akiria. And can I just say thank goodness, because the two of them, they needed to win something soon, I'm just saying. Seriously. And what did they win besides some skincare? Well, they were the team captains for the first ever Draglympics. And they got right to picking their teams. Now, I'm just going to jump to it. The last two to be picked, God bless, were, of course, Scarlett, because it's a choreography challenge and she can't dance, and Shug, because she was in the bottom last week, so everyone thinks she's a jinx. I'm just saying. So, because Akiria's mama didn't raise no fool, she snatched up Shug in a hot minute, which left Scarlett's two left feet to do the shuffle of shame over to Plastique's team. And boy, were they thrilled about it, eh? Seriously. That's a motley crew. They couldn't even look Scarlett in the eye. Or the feet. Seriously. Back in the workroom, the mood hadn't changed much for Team Plastique, a.k.a. Team Glamazonia, I'm just saying. First off, Raja made it all about her. She was having some choreographer flashback when Giannis was reading her out for over-bragging on skills she clearly didn't have. And because of that, now she has PTSD of some form or another. And it's, of course, all his fault because she didn't do anything to set herself up for that humiliation. Seriously. Who they really should have made it all about was Scarlett, poor thing. And as dubious a task as it was going to be to teach her how to dance, she had a great attitude through the whole thing. Always a smile, always willing to try, which I have to say is more than some of these queens are managing when things aren't going their way. Just saying. Over on Team Akiria, a.k.a. Pantakistan, well, Evie and Talkie promised to play nice. They said they could put aside their differences so they could win the challenge. And Akiria, who surprises me by saying she can't dance. I mean, I understand what she means. She can't dance. She can move. It's a different thing. But because of her lack of skill, she was very smart in relying on her team's hidden talents. Evie's talent was her flexibility and her familiarity with the shablams, which caused Brooklyn Heights to ask her how to do a shablam because apparently they're not on the curriculum at the National Ballet School of Canada. But watch, they'll ask Brooklyn to hold a clinic on shablams. And then they'll be sorry. Just saying. So, ready or not, it was time for Team Pantakistan to go off to rehearsals with Olympic skater Adam Rippon and Emmy Award-winning dancer from So You Think You Can Dance, Travis Wall. Well, it was clear right away that Akiria did not lie. She can't dance. Bless her. I'm so serious. I'm just really glad that Adam told her not to make a face when she does it. Although he confused me because he kept saying, don't make facials. And I'm like, who's doing facials? It's a drag competition. But no, making a face. Because clearly, that face helps no one. Seriously. Talkie was another one who had a few difficulties during rehearsal, but she wasn't going to let that keep her from getting herself up off that floor. Good for you, Taki. I'm just saying. Big girls off the floor. But the writing seemed to be on the wall where Evie was concerned because she was wincing noticeably by the end of rehearsal. Apparently, her flexibility does come with a price. Let's hope it doesn't cost her $100,000 is all I'm saying. Seriously. Then it was time for Team Glamazonia to rehearse, and Raja seemed to redeem herself in the dance department, although I have to say, her energy levels were still flatlining. Seriously. Speaking of flatlining, Scarlett's fanography was DOA, I'm so sorry to say. I mean, I haven't seen anything that awkward since, well, the last time she was dancing. Seriously. But at least Scarlett didn't let it get her down, I'm so serious. Something that cannot be said for everyone. Seriously. The only queen from Team Glamazonia that seemed to walk away unscathed was Miss Vanjie. But seriously, how good are you when you're the best of the worst? I'm just asking. And this seemed to be a question that Ms. Vanjie was wrestling with back in the workroom. She was very, very worried about how good her performance was going to be. What is her runway going to be like? Will they love her? Will they hate her? And it was really getting her down. I thought it was very touching to see her have that raw moment because she comes off so strong and so quick to tell everyone else, where the boundaries are, that I think she forgets where her own are. I mean, she got down so low that she started to see the wisdom in Evie's words. I'm just saying. At the makeup mirror, Brooklyn Heights shared with the girls how she got started in drag with Le Ballet Trocadero de Monte Carlo. Seriously, what an exciting experience touring the world performing for royalty. No wonder she's crushing this competition. There. Suga got Evie to open up about her Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and what it was doing to her body. And I just have to say, sweet Marie and the ships at sea, no wonder Evie's so hard on everyone else. She is fighting against the clock. I mean, if she's lucky, 10 years. If she's lucky, 10 years. And as she said, the way she does drag will be different. No wonder she's so hard on everyone else. No wonder she hasn't got time for all this BS. I'm serious. Here's to you, Evie. Stay strong, girl. Seriously. But there was no time for emotions because it was off to the runway. And can I just say, thank God RuPaul wore this golden armor of fabulosity because it more than made up for whatever the hell it was that she had on last week. I've already forgotten. Seriously. Of course, Travis Wall returned to help judge, as did Adam Rippon, and he brought a friend. Mirai Nagasu was there to judge as well. They all seemed to be super hyped to be there. And Michelle seemed to be on a lunch break from a 1970s sketch rehearsal with Cher. No? Just me? And then it was time for the Draglympics to begin. I have to say, I like Glamazonia just a little bit more, probably because I expected nothing from them. And they didn't do that badly, I'm so serious. I mean, I thought they were very smart to tuck Scarlett into the back where she would do the least harm. But even still, there were moments when she was up front, and she was killing it. She looked gorgeous, she kept moving, and she was performing. She was fully attentive to what she was doing, even if she was doing some of it wrong. Here's to Scarlett. Good for you. Now, don't get me wrong. Team Pantukistan did fabulously. The only thing that seemed to go wrong was Evie's dismount. And you can't be marked for that. I mean, that's just an accident. It can happen to anyone. I'm so serious. So, once the Olympics were over, it was on to the runway. And this week's theme, of course, was all that glitters. My faves? Well, right off the bat, Akuria. That was gorgeous. And Michelle was right. She did look a bit, well, let's just say, Rue wishes she looked that good. Seriously. I totally gagged over Brooklyn Heights' Golden Erte, Nora Desmond situation. It was so gorgeous, so opulent. And her performance down the runway was flawless. I'm so sorry, serious. I do want to say, though, that maybe because I almost gagged at Brooklyn, I totally barfed for Plastique Tiara. Oh my God, that look was stunning. It was the best. I've never seen anybody look that. The only way she could have looked better would have been if she were CGI. I'm just saying. Seriously. I totally barfed for Scarlett as well. She was so stunning. Did I like what she was wearing? Who cares? Clothes are an accessory when you look like that. I'm just saying. Talkie's good old sanctified jumpsuit for Jesus was all right, but I don't think it glittered near as much as Jesus would have liked. Just saying. Evie, the now handy-capable whore, had clearly hurt herself with her dismount fail because she was giving us memories of Eureka with a cane going down the runway. And I just need to say, that's never a good sign. Let's hope that it's not serious. Just saying. And thank God Suge was on the winning team this week, eh? I'm so serious. I know she said she was giving us Aztec Princess, but all I kept seeing was She-Ra at Comic-Con. And I feel she might have got red for it, just saying. I'm so glad that Michelle Visage took a minute to tell Nina about proportionizing her look. I'm so serious. I mean, yes, okay, that Viking outfit was meant for laughs, but that doesn't mean she can't look good while she's getting them. I'm just saying. Speaking of Michelle, I am so glad that she read Ms. Vanjie for filth for wearing the same friggin' thing down the runway yet again. And what bothered me the most about it was Ms. Vanjie knew she was going to do it. She knew she was ready. She had an apology ready. Seriously, this is not how you win RuPaul's Drag Race. And can I just say, I thought that this was the worst thing that Vanjie has worn all season. And I may even include the thing that kicked her off season 10. Just saying. So, when the gold dust settled, Team Pantukistan placed first. And Akira got her first win of the season. Here's to you, Akira. For someone who can't dance, you did good, I'm just saying. Back on Team Glamazonia, everybody named Scarlett as the queen who should next go home. Poor sweet Scarlett, I'm so sorry to say. Of course, Scarlett couldn't name herself, didn't want to name anybody, but rightly so named Raja. She's been in the bottom twice already. She is always being told about her personality. I mean, clearly, of her whole team, I don't think Scarlett was the weakest, but she certainly wasn't in the bottom alone. Raja deserved to be there too, so good for her for calling her out, I'm just saying. Of course, that went over like a Led Zeppelin with Ms. Raja, who, of course, made it all about her again. See her cutting daggers through that mask with her eyes, just saying. I wouldn't want to make her mad. I'm actually scared for Scarlett now. So it was no surprise that Scarlett and Raja were in the bottom together, God bless. But I have to say, what was a surprise was how well Scarlett did during that lip sync. I mean, maybe it's again because I wasn't expecting anything from her, but the first thing she did once the music picked up was cut herself out of that sheath dress into that pantsuit thing, which she looked great in. And then she danced all over the place like an idiot, but a pretty idiot. She looked good. She whipped her hair back and forth. She even ended the number on a death drop timed along with Raja's split. I mean, I felt that she kept up, if not edged Raja out. I think that glitter cannon, I'm a whore for a glitter cannon. I think that little glitter bomb put Scarlett over the edge of Raja. Just a little itchy bitchy titchy touch. But I have to say I wasn't surprised that Raja did win. And I have to say I was so sorry to see Scarlett sashay away. But seriously, look at that face. Tell me that that's a queen who's disappointed about being on RuPaul's Drag Race. Seriously. Everyone should be able to leave RuPaul's Drag Race with that face on them because clearly it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And if you don't want a crappy experience, you got to try harder. Seriously. Well, what do you think? Was Scarlett robbed? Should Raja have gone home? Who do you think's next? If Raja's in the bottom one more hot minute, I swear, the only person that's been in the bottom more and still gotten to the finale was Raven. And that was a unique situation, if you ask me. I'm so serious. Who do you think's next to go home? Suge's still on that bubble. She was lucky this week. She's going to be lucky next week. Who can say? All we can do is tune into RuPaul's Drag Race to find out how it all boils down. And then, when you're done, you come on back and see me so you and I can compare notes. Now, don't forget, Like the video if you did. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And I have my Patreon account where my drink tutorials for every drink we do on RuPaul's Drag Race Season 11 will be viewable. They will not be on YouTube until after RuPaul's Drag Race. So if you want to support me on Patreon, here's your perk. Drink tutorials all around. I'm also selling merchandise on redbubble.com. All the links are down below. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching. And until next week, Misty! Mwah! Seriously, Jorge, I love this great golden dream. Everybody even maybe call it a fantastic golden dream.